They call it the Battle of the Oaks, and for the first time since 2022, Bella Vista and Del Campo will match up on the gridiron. Two schools that both call Fair Oaks home are ready to battle it out for the Fair Oaks bragging rights. The Broncos, after a spirited win over Oakmont here 3 weeks ago in their opener, have dropped two straight road games, including a blowout 49-0 loss at Nevada Union and a tight defeat at Casa last week. They're hoping to get back to their winning ways in front of their home fans tonight. And for Del Campo, they started the season with two consecutive wins over Luther Burbank and El Dorado before dropping one to Rio Americano 49-21 1 week ago, a game in which their talented running back Bryce Smith was held to just 41 yards rushing. It's a crosstown rivalry game, a packed house tonight here at Broncos Stadium, lots of energy, and it should continue throughout the evening. Who gets the bragging rights? Who is going to wake up on Saturday morning saying, I'm better than you? We're going to find out here at Broncos Stadium right here on BV Live Sports. Hello, everybody. George Tharlson and Aaron Keogh. Welcome to tonight's broadcast between Bella Vista and Del Campo. Lots of excitement. It's a game that hasn't been played in 3 years, but the two crosstown rivals are ready to battle it out again.
Yeah, this is really what it's all about. You know, last week with the Cowbell Classic and now this week with Battle of the Oaks. This is the true match of who's the best team in Fair Oaks. And so it's going to be exciting. It's nice to have it at home tonight in front of a packed stands, as you said, and excited to get it going.
And one of the interesting things about crosstown rivalries, we saw it last year when Casa came here. A couple of former junior Broncos were playing for the other team. Well, Bryce Smith, we mentioned him. He is their leading running back, their leading rusher, averaging 151 yards a game. He was here as a freshman, and so was their quarterback, Jackson Morgan. You don't see that when you play Ponderosa, but you do see that when you play a team that's from the same town.
Yeah, I mean, when you have the urban areas are so tight, you know, people move and change. And so, yeah, you know, two players, star players for Del Campo, were former Broncos.
And speaking of star players, let's go ahead and take a look at the players to watch for tonight's game. And for Bella Vista, Bryce the Beast. Let's give him that nickname because he is one. I don't know if they call him that already, but, you know, we're calling him that now.
Yeah.
And I hope it sticks. But 223 yards rushing against El Dorado 2 weeks ago in the Cougar Classic, and 189 yards in the opener against Burbank. The guy can do it all, and he was their leading rusher last year, too.
Yeah, I mean, certainly he is the key player for the Cougars, and, you know, he's looking for another big game.
Amir Roots is their leading receiver, and they will throw the ball, and they like to throw it to him.
Yeah, I mean, when you look his average receptions, 8 yards per reception, I mean, that's almost a first down every time he gets his hands on the ball.
And Isaiah Richmond will touch the ball on offense, but he's mainly their top defensive guy. And so when Bella Vista has the ball, they need to know where he is at all times.
Yeah, when you look at his stats, he's got 1 tackle for loss and 1 interception already this year, and he's going to be looking for more against the Broncos.
For Bella Vista, Devon Norwood. And as you will hear from Coach Ott in just a few minutes, Devon Norwood is going to see even more of an added role because of these other two players to watch. We're not going to see a lot of. But let's talk about Devon Norwood. He's going to get the brunt of the carries now.
Yeah, and I think what's most impressive about Devon is that 88 yards per game, but knowing how much Bella Vista traditionally, up until maybe tonight, they've mixed up who gets the ball. So 88 yards per game is very, very impressive.
And with Bella Vista losing the last couple of games, a lot of it has had to do with the fact that two other players to watch normally, Hugo Lopez and Dominic Ferrarini, have been banged up. Ferrarini was hurt very early. I think it was on the first series of the game on defense against Nevada Union 2 weeks ago. Didn't play the rest of the game. We saw him, if you watch the video, you see him on defense, but he never played offense in that game. Hugo Lopez was beat up in that game too. Both played sparingly last week against Casa.
Yeah, and I would look to see the Broncos kind of build, you know, as I think you alluded to hearing from Coach Ott, that Devon Norwood's going to get the bulk of the carries. I still think you're going to see Hugo and Dominic with a little bit of action tonight as well.
All right, well, we have Brandon Simpson with us again down on the sidelines. I'm trying to spot him.
There he is.
There he is. There we go. So let's see what we can find out is happening down on the field. as we check in now with Brandon.
Hey guys, sorry, I was trying to find my spot, my mark here on the field, and looks like I'm still working on that. Our man, okay. There's a lot of energy out here, as you'd expect. As you guys mentioned at the start of the broadcast, got a big win at home last time they played here, and so I think they're ready for some home cooking and hometown crowd to back them up. So lots of excitement and enthusiasm out here on the field right now.
All right, and you got the band not very far from you too, Brandon. This is going to be kind of fun tonight.
Yes. I'm going to have to put some tape here on the track so I know where my mark is, and hopefully it stays there.
All right, Brandon. We will be checking in with Brandon Simpson on our broadcast throughout the evening, as we are just under 10 minutes to go before we get this one started. Time now to take a look at Keogh's Keys. So let's jump in there with Keogh's Keys, and there's Keogh. So
there we go. Yeah. So let's start with Bella Vista. Keep using the varied run attack. I know Coach Odd had mentioned with some of the bang ups and people being injured that maybe Devon's going to get the bulk of the lion's share of the work tonight. But I still think using that varied run attack keeps the defense honest. They need to play solid defense in the secondary. We talked about Amir Roots and the fact that Del Campo likes to throw the ball, and they will throw the ball. The secondary is going to have to be really tight, especially with coverage on him. And the third key for Bella Vista, they've got to get the beast, Smith, under control and Root under control early to keep them from, getting offensive points on the board for Del Campo.
It was sorry about that. Make sure I can be heard. It was 3 years ago that these two schools played last.
Right.
Those guys were freshmen.
Right.
And they were in Bella Vista.
And they were in Bella Vista, right.
They were in Bella Vista.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. For Del Campo, Smith's the first two kind of go together. Smith's success on the ground and Root's success in the air, they've got to key in on that. That's been working really well for them. They need to keep that up. And then thirdly, they need to shut down the Bronco offensive run attack. The Broncos are a heavy run team. I would expect that to continue tonight. Del Campo's going to know that. They've got to shut that down early to keep the Broncos off the board.
All right, we want to hear from the head coach of the Bella Vista Broncos, Jason Ott. We had a chance to talk to him before the game tonight, so let's check in now with the coach. And we're here with Coach Jason Ott before the Bella Vista Broncos take on Del Campo. And first of all, it's a school that also calls Fair Oaks home that you're playing tonight. So Battle of the Oaks, these ones are always fun.
Yeah, it's great to have this rivalry back together. This is the first year I think they played in like 5 years, so it's always great to have the Oaks Cup and all that, and give the kids someone to play against that they grew up with.
And of course, second consecutive week that you're playing a rival of sorts, because Casa's not that far away, probably one of the shortest bus trips you've had for a road game last week. Tell me about your thoughts coming out of the Casa game.
Well, the one thing I was excited about out of the Casa game was we didn't give up. We continue to play hard. Had some rough calls against it. They didn't go our way, but kids competed all the way to the end. We didn't make a couple plays, and Casa made them, and that's the difference of an 8-point game, by making plays and not making plays.
Unfortunately, the week before against Nevada Union, it looked like you got off to a really good start moving the ball, but once the interception happened, then things kind of turned around in the wrong direction.
Yeah, it also didn't help that Hugo Lopez went down and Dom Fernie went down on that drive for the game. So we lost both our fullbacks and both middle linebackers. So that was tough.
And you expected Nevada Union to be tough. You said that they were like you, the bully type, the bully ball type, losing two key members of the team like that. And I mean, two key members, capital key members of the team. Again, that. How do you recover from that? Because obviously you got to keep playing next man up.
Yeah, we went next man up, and guys just got to step up and play. I think we'll have both of them back tonight. I think Dom's about 70%. Hugo should be about 85%. The next guy just got to step up.
Both of them played last week, right?
Yeah, Dom played one play on offense. So he didn't really play. He played defense, and then Hugo, I think, played like 15 plays on offense. We've actually had to kind of change our philosophy and our offense, losing both of them. And, we have three fullbacks, and all three of them are out right now. So we're out. Can't carry the ball, so we've kind of changed things up.
Okay, so changing things up, what can we expect to see tonight?
Well, hopefully we can run the ball with Devon Norwood. We went to more of a shotgun single back, and Jack singly throwing the ball a little bit more, and hopefully we can get things rolling that way. We got things going against Casa. We just had a couple drop passes and stuff in crucial situations, but we're going to feed Devon more tonight.
And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that I mentioned the I word in our pregame interview, or preseason interview, but it does happen during the course of a season, and you just have to be ready to adjust to it.
Yeah, it's football. Guys are going to get beat up. I don't know if Cooper Thorne's going to play tonight. I know Alan Remington's not playing tonight because he's banged up. And, then we actually moved Christian Taylor to X receiver to get another receiver in there.
Well, you mentioned Alan Remington. Not only is he a key defensive back, and of course we know he can catch passes, but he's your punter too. So who takes on that role?
Jack Singley actually takes on it. So, we're going to spread it out and do quick kicks out of it. But, yeah, I guess injuries is part of the game, but, man, we've had a lot in the last 2 years.
Wow. So at this point, you're heading into the bye next week, so they have that extra time to recover after this game. Obviously, you need to focus on the game, right?
Yeah, we got Del Campo tonight. We're going to do everything we can do to try to get the win. And, having a win going into the bye week and just 9-10 days off, hopefully we get some more guys back and ready to go.
All right. Well, it's going to be a big one tonight. I remember how 3 weeks ago, how energetic this crowd was, how this stadium was. We know it's going to be like that again tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be electric. The kids are fired up, ready to go. Probably their best player is actually a BV kid, was here his freshman year, transferred to Del Campo, and their quarterback was a BV kid and transferred. So the kids are ready to go against them, so we'll see.
So you're talking about Bryce Smith and you're talking about Jackson Morgan.
Yes, but both great kids. I know their dads pretty well, both great kids. Just had to do what they thought was best for them at the time. I think, we'll see what we can do to stop them tonight.
All right, that's the key. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, that's Jason Ott, our head coach for the Bella Vista Broncos, and kickoff is just around the corner. And right now we are observing a moment of silence in remembrance of the anniversary of the 9/11 and also the assassination earlier this week of Charlie Kirk.
Thank you. And now, please stand and remove your hats for the national anthem.
There it is, the Bella Vista marching band, and Aaron, we got a flyby? It sure sounds like that was a helicopter, I think. I had no idea, otherwise we'd try to get that for you guys, but that was fantastic. Well, there is the Bella Vista band, and how about that?
That was something. Nice moment of silence there, too, to remember things bigger than football, which was nice as well.
Indeed, indeed. And we got something else coming over. I hear it. Oh, we're getting well, and it is, and one of the things that you didn't hear because it happened as our interview with Jason Ott was wrapping up. Apologies for not timing that out better, but it is military appreciation tonight. The one thing that I will appreciate is that they're wearing their regular uniforms.
Yes,
because those red numbers were very difficult to spot. Yep. So, all right, we're ready to play some football. Del Campo is going to be kicking off.
That's right.
And so that means that for the Broncos, Xander Shadko, I should say, is back deep to receive, along with Trey Mello. Those are the two deep ones, and we are ready to get this one underway. Getting set to boot this one away is Riley Dunaway, the 6', 180-pound junior kicker for the Del Campo Cougars in white. From the snout, we are underway in the Battle of the Oaks. Here's Trey Mello at the 10. He's got all kinds of running room. There goes Trey Mello being hemmed in. Can he get by? He has spun out of bounds inside the 40-yard line of Del Campo.
Man, had the field been another yard wider, he was gone to the house, George.
And that gets this crowd going. And we heard 3 weeks ago how energetic this crowd was. And this crowd is energetic once again.
If you give the people something to cheer for, they will cheer.
The ball is spotted at the 38-yard line. Devon Norwood will see the brunt of the carries tonight. Dominic Ferrarini and Hugo Lopez are a bit banged up. They should play on defense, but just like that, look who's at fullback. 1st and 10. That's Durazo in motion. Devon Norwood. And that's Amir Roots that grabs him and throws him down inside the 30-yard line. And that is 10 yards and a first down for the Broncos. Good start for Devon Norwood.
Excellent ball carry, good ball security. The band is involved, and we are moving the ball.
You know, we need to get a BV Live Sports theme so that we don't have to
that's a
steal
good
the
idea. I like
ESPN
that.
one.
Yes, I like that. Very good.
1st and 10 Broncos, 28-yard line of Del Campo. That's Jack Singley at quarterback. There goes Devon Norwood again. And Norwood finds his way down to the 24. That is a pickup of 4 yards. The 2nd and 6 coming up now for Bella Vista. So a nice kickoff return to get things started. And and now they're moving.
Yeah, big chunks of yardage on both of those first two offensive plays, both runs.
So Hugo Lopez is at fullback tonight for the Broncos. Jack Singley is the quarterback. There's Norwood, carries some tacklers with him. He's down to the 20-yard line. That's another 4 yards. He'll be about 2 yards shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Christian Taylor coming in. He's a tight end, but you may have heard Coach Ott in the pregame interview. He's talked about how he'll actually play some wide receiver. Jack Singley's taken on some extra duties tonight, too, that we will explain a little further. Here is Hugo Lopez, and he'll power his way. Borrow Keith Jackson's term, rumbling down to the 15-yard line. And anytime that we can get a Keith Jackson reference, that's a good
Nice little 5-yard pickup for Hugo, getting his first action. Or first touch, rather.
Takes it to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 Broncos. Again from the I formation set. There's Norwood once again. And Norwood will find his way down to close to the 12-yard line. That's a pickup of 3. It will be 2nd down and 7.
That was the first offensive play I saw with Devon so far where there was a slight hesitation there in his run. The first 3 times he's touched the ball. Full steam ahead. He's got to keep with that full steam, keep those feet moving, and make Del Campo bring him down. When you slow your feet, they're going to be all over you.
Durazo lined up to the near side of the field. That is Shadko to the left, 2nd down and 7. Durazo comes in motion. They like to run the jet sweep to him. Here's Devon Norwood. Norwood once again, and he is down to the 5-yard line, and that should be a 1st down.
Yeah, he got the 7 yards.
Right on. And so it'll be 1st and goal for Bella Vista. So Stetson Seepak comes in now. It looks like he and Christian Taylor are rotating each play, and they're the ones that bring in the play call from the sideline. You notice a lot of times in high school, the quarterback will come all the way over to the sideline to get the play. It looks like Bella Vista's rotating plays in. Now Seepak's going to have to come out, and Taylor's going to have to come in. It looks like an equipment issue for Stetson Seepak. So now they'll wind the clock here. Taylor has the play and brings it in, and so the Broncos will line up here. 1st and goal, hash mark left. Just under 8 minutes to go in the opening quarter here in the Battle of the Oaks. Norwood, big hole! Touchdown Broncos!
What a run.
And that was the Devon Norwood show. With
Yeah.
with the exception of the one run to Hugo Lopez, he had the ball every play.
Yeah, 33 yards of offense on the ground already for Devon Norwood. And again, he went back that time, full steam ahead, kept his feet moving the whole time, found his way into the end zone. Awesome job by the Broncos to get on the board and fast.
Sam Pennington is on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Thomas Lonnie. Broncos did exactly what you wanted them to do. That kick is blocked, and in high school football, that's still a dead ball once it is blocked. So a nice surge there by the Del Campo defense, the special teams, to come through and block that kick and keep this to a 6-0 game. We'll see if that actually comes into play here. Broncos, of course, should they score on their next touchdown, which, you know, they want more than just the one, they do have the option, if they wish, to go for 2-point conversions.
Yeah, and they may do that to try to even things up early. So now is going to be the real test, in my opinion, George, for the Broncos, and that's the defense being able to stop Amir Roots and Bryce the Beast Smith. With as much offense as they've had in their first 3 games, they're going to have to shut them down.
And looks like you-know-who is back to receive the kick. One of the 2 you-know-who's. That would be Amir Roots. He's the deep man. They've got a couple of up men. Pennington is lining up the ball here at the 40-yard line. You can hear the band right below our crowd, Mike, and the crowd getting into it as well. The atmosphere and the energy of high school football, you just can't beat it. Friday nights are a special night in the fall. Here's Pennington. It's kind of a short kick towards the sideline, and it will be fielded by an up man. And a nice return there for Del Campo. And that looks like that was Nate Webster, number 21, on the return for Del Campo. 1st down and 10, and now we get a look at Bryce Smith. We get a look at Amir Roots. And the former Bella Vista Bronco, Jackson Morgan, is the quarterback.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, of those 3, the quarterback is the heaviest at 195 pounds.
And he had his biggest game of the season last week against Rio Americano. Here's Smith, and he is corralled right at about the 41-yard line. Looks like they're going to call that a loss of a yard.
Yeah, you want to welcome somebody to Bella Vista. Welcome him with a loss on his very first touch.
Welcome home.
Yeah, that's right.
Bryce Smith also played his freshman year here at Bella Vista. And that was Dominic Ferrarini on the stop, so good to see him back in action. 2nd down and 11 for Del Campo. Here's Smith once again. And he is going to be hit and dropped again, and again another loss of yardage. Bella Vista's defensive line, nice surge.
Yeah, another 2-yard loss, it looks like.
And it may have been Ferrarini back in again with the stop.
Yeah, it almost looked like he slipped a little bit on that. And the defense, though, I mean, even if he slipped, the defense was through the offensive line. So really good job by Bella Vista early here and forcing a 3rd and long.
So Amir Roots will come out wide to the left, and Isaiah Richmond will slot inside him. They'll go offset eye. Oh, actually, they'll go split backs in the backfield right now. Morgan rolls out to his right. He's under pressure, gets by one man. He has time to set up. He has time to go deep. That one's coming down. Great adjustment on the part of, I believe that's Roots that makes the reception. Incredible adjustment.
Well, the flag is going to be a pass interference.
One way or the other. Broncos, everybody seems to be moving down the field. We will see what the official says, but there was a lot of contact on both sides, it seemed.
Oh, and it's on Del Campo's a push-off.
So they are going to call the push-off. Well, we talked about the adjustment that Amir Roots made to get to that ball, and the officials are saying that he made too much of an adjustment.
Well, what's weird about that, Joe, I mean, it makes sense now, but when I saw the pass and I looked downfield, they were together, and then all of a sudden Amir Roots is just standing by himself, and that generally is going to mean, hey, he got there by pushing off.
He got right in front of the defender, which I don't want to – wasn't sure who had that defensive assignment.
It was good coverage, and is oftentimes the case when a big play happens, it's the result of a penalty.
So it's a 15-yard penalty. This will take this back to the 24-yard line. It is 3rd down and half the distance to Woodland.
And anticipate another throw here from the quarterback.
Play fake. Morgan's back to pass. He's now being flushed out of the pocket again. Looks like he's going to take off. No, he's going to send this one deep down the field, and that one is batted down. Riley DeRozzo was right there. And Trey Mello, or check that, Guillermo Perez was also up there. And that one just underthrown. And so that will bring us to a 4th down and half a mile. And so Del Campo likely here is about to punt the ball.
Correct.
So Bella Vista, very impressive defensively on this first series.
Yeah, I mean, they got to finish it up here with this punt, but I mean, my goodness, if you want to stop, I mean, that was one of the keys to the game for the Broncos is to stop Smith and Roots, and they certainly did that on this first series. Del Campo went nowhere but backwards on that.
Kind of a. So Jackson Morgan is also the punter. Does not give himself a lot of distance. There's the kick. It's fielded by Bella Vista. That's DeRozzo. DeRozzo will take this across midfield. So again, good field position coming up for the Bella Vista Broncos for their 2nd offensive possession of the game. I want to find out where Brandon Simpson is right now and what the energy is like down there with a 7-0 lead. And I think, Brandon, the band is set to serenade you as well.
Yeah, guys, I'm battling with the band right now, but I can understand them wanting to celebrate. This game is going exactly how Bella Vista wanted it to go. A big helping of runs up the middle over and over for Bella Vista, and then strong defense. And here we are up 6-0, just over halfway through the first quarter. But I guarantee this is exactly what Coach Ott had hoped for with the run game and with the strong defense.
From the 42-yard line, Ferrarini, the ball carrier, and he's going to be hit for a loss of a yard. Check that, it was the 41, so they're going to mark him back.
2 yards short.
Now they're going to say the 43, so it's a loss of 2 on the play for Ferrarini. Again, good to see him back in as well.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the first negative play for the Broncos the entire night, and we're well over halfway through the first quarter. So, they can't all be positive. We wish they were. But good to see him get a ball touch, good ball security, and hopefully they go back to him again, give him another opportunity here.
Does Jack throw for the first time tonight? On 2nd and long. Under pressure. Nice adjustment by Jack Singley to find Dominic Ferrarini, who gets it inside the 25-yard line. 3 weeks ago, that may not have worked. Even though Bella Vista won the game, Jack had it seemed that when they got the pressure like that, it was a little bit more difficult for him. He didn't panic that time. Ferrarini was open on the flat. He found him, and it's a first down for the Broncos. They call it at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, nice little 15-yard pickup.
1st and 10 Broncos. Here's Norwood. Norwood will pick up about 3 as they get him to the 24-yard line. As we approach 4.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter of play. Taylor now coming in with the play, as we mentioned. It's the Battle of the Oaks. And this is the game that will take Bella Vista into their bye week. Durazo in motion. Norwood, the ball carrier once again, rides the tackler down to the 20-yard line. Broncos will be about 2 yards shy of the first down, maybe 3 yards shy. So it'll be 3rd down and 3. Here's Lopez right up the middle. Lopez taking this one down to the 15-yard line, and that'll be a Bella Vista first down. The band reacted. The crowd really hasn't.
Yeah.
A first down, you would expect some cheers here.
I think they cue a lot off the public address announcer. And
1st and 10 Broncos at the 15. Norwood. Another positive run there for Norwood. Couple of yards. Cougars doing a nice job on the defense to keep him at the 2 yards.
I love the sustained drive of the Broncos. A good mix here on this one. They're not just going to Devon Norwood this time, mixing it up, pass in there as well.
2nd and 8. Lopez. You know, every time they give the ball to Lopez, he gets him 5 yards.
He does.
So that's that was very impressive. I think that time it was only 3, but still. As we're approaching 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter, it's going to be 3rd down and 6. Ball is at the 10-yard line. They need to get it. Actually, well, it's about 3rd and 5. Whistle and a flag down.
Likely a false start. Nope. Offsides on the defense.
And that could get him a first down.
Well, now there's some discussion. The head referee is saying false start. The line judge says offsides.
The line judge is, let's see, dead ball, offside. It's like the line judge is playing hurt tonight.
Yeah, he's got it bandaged up there.
Yeah. Good for him.
That's right. 1st and goal now for the Broncos from the 5.
Goal. And the last time they had 1st and goal at the 5, Devon Norwood made quick work of that situation.
Let's hope we see something similar, George. That would be great, and get the Broncos a 2-score lead.
See if they go for 2 if they score the touchdown here.
I would if I was Coach Ott. Got to get in the end zone first.
Lopez and Norwood in the backfield. 1st and goal Broncos. Devon Norwood pushing his way forward, pile driving the defenders. Touchdown Broncos.
Two times in a row, same result. If you're within the 5, give it to Devon, give it to number 5, and he finds his way into the end zone.
Well, why do you think he wears number 5?
I guess so.
Because he's deadly at the 5 or closer.
Well, Devon Norwood is on his way to a 100-yard gain because he has 47 yards, and we're not even through the first quarter yet.
Pennington is on to attempt the extra point, so the Broncos not going to chase the points at this point. How many times can I work in the word point? There's the kick. This one goes through. It's good.
That one is good.
So, with 1:35 to go in the opening quarter, the Broncos with a 13-0 lead. What a difference some home cooking makes.
Man, they look really, really good. And when you realize there's 1:35 left in the first quarter, from a ball control standpoint, I mean, Del Campo's touched the ball one time and ran 4 plays.
Yeah.
I mean, the ball control for Bella Vista is
And
incredible.
one of those plays was a punt.
Yeah, exactly. So, obviously there was, you can look at this one of two ways. The pass interference call obviously was a big break. If the pass interference doesn't happen, then that's a huge completion for Del Campo and different story. So, one of the keys was that defensive secondary. They're going to have to keep honest all night, or Amir Roots will find a hole.
That's Isaiah Richmond, actually, that's back deep to receive.
Is that Root at the 20? Maybe?
It might be. And now they're kicking the ball towards the sideline, and it looks like they're conceding the 35-yard line here. This could be by design.
Yeah, it could be.
I think if it's short of the 35, then it goes where it's spotted where it goes out of bounds.
Correct.
But if it passes the 35, it comes to the 35.
Yes.
And I don't think they want Richmond touching the ball. I don't think they want Roots touching the ball.
Nope.
That's the only thing I can think of as to why you would kick it short and that close to the sideline.
You either have to kick it short or you got to kick it all the way out of the end zone. And if your kicker doesn't have that kind of a leg, which they often don't in high school, that's your next best option.
And Del Campo has the option to choose the hash mark, I believe. Or maybe because it was on our side, it has to go to the hash mark left. But anyway, first down and 10. Split backs in the backfield. Richmond in motion. I'm trying to see. I don't think, that was Logan Culver, the ball carrier that time, the smaller guy.
He didn't really go anywhere.
Give him a yard singly with the stop. 2nd and 9 coming up for Del Campo.
That'd be Sam Singley, Jack's younger brother.
Bryce Smith dots the I formation. Richmond in motion. Here's Smith. Now he has some running room. Breaks off some tacklers. Smith is on his way, and he is gone. Touchdown, Del Campo. What a run by Bryce Smith.
64-yard run.
And they barely even touched him.
No.
So give the offensive line some credit, and just like that, Del Campo is on the board. Say 64 yards?
64-yard run, yeah.
Well, we knew that he could do that.
Ouch.
Riley Dunaway is on to attempt the extra point for Del Campo. And he puts that one through. So a timeout on the field, 46 seconds to go. But the Broncos scored their second touchdown at 1:35. Del Campo answers at 46.2.
That one hurt, George. That was not what the Broncos needed.
But we know that we may have a lot of Del Campo fans watching, and I'm sure that they disagree with you.
They probably do.
Hey, we want to say for all of you that are watching, whether you're Del Campo fans or Bella Vista fans, please jump on the chat. We love hearing from you. And Brandon, we got a shout out from somebody that knows you that says that they're tuned in to watch you. So, oh my goodness. Apparently we have a future basketball player chiming in on the chat. So, well, looking forward to having you on the live streams. Here's Dunaway's kick. This one's going to Mello. Had a nice return to start things off on the opening kickoff. And Mello's going to take this one out to the 40-yard line. So another nice return by Trey Mello.
Yeah, really good job here. It sets the Broncos up with pretty good field position. And no need to rush here because it's just going to be the end of the first quarter. So they can put together another long designed driving run, keeping the ball on the ground, eating up a lot of clock.
Just a quick note, and I'm noticing on the sidelines, number 8, Alan Remington, is in street clothes. He's among those injured tonight. if the Broncos have to punt tonight, Jack Singley will be handling those duties.
Oh my!
That's one of the things that Coach Ott told us on the pregame show. There is a face mask penalty on the tackle, and so this will take the ball from the end of the play out to the 45-yard line of Del Campo. So Bella Vista to begin this possession in Del Campo territory, looking to respond after that big touchdown run by Bryce the Beast. Singley, he sets up. Singley has an open receiver. It's Christian Taylor, and he will score. Touchdown Broncos.
What a play! What a play! Nice little move at the end, breaking some ankles and into the end zone.
One play, 45 yards, and the Broncos are back up 2 scores.
And Mr. Singley is 2 for 2 for 60 yards on the night, with 1 TD on top.
Pennington is on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Thomas Lonnie once again with 29.7 seconds to go in the first quarter. We got 3 more quarters, folks. And the kick is good. So that brings us to a 22-7 score now. Band getting into it.
Well, that's one way to do it. You have a play that hurts you, and you go right back and punch him right in the mouth.
All right, Brandon, we need to hear from you again, if we can hear you. It's awfully loud there. Brandon weaving his way through the cheerleaders to get to his spot.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. There's a lot of enthusiasm down here, as you can imagine. I was going to say, I think that Coach Ott lulled Del Campo into thinking run, and so it set it up perfect for that pass. And like you guys mentioned, one play and got that touchdown back. So also real quick to comment on that special teams play. I did see the special teams coach. He was not happy that went out of bounds. So that was not an intended play.
Okay.
I think they were trying to just pooch it in there and it went out of bounds. But I watched his reaction, and that's not the plan, at least by his reaction.
And that's good information, because sometimes teams will do that. Sometimes they will strategically cut their losses if they want to keep the ball away from someone. So that's good to know, Brandon. Thank you very much. And here's this one going towards the sideline. It is going to be fielded by an up man, bringing it out. Another nice return, about the same result as the last time the Broncos kicked that side of the field. Wonder if that was Webster again that had that return.
Yeah, I missed the jersey number. Those yellow numbers are a little hard to see on the white jerseys. So if you're the defense here, especially from the linebacker position, you got to be locked in here on the Beast, because he's coming.
They did a good job on the first possession of shutting down Bryce Smith. Maybe there was some adjustments that were made on the offensive line, but certainly on that last possession, they got that opening for Bryce Smith. 1st and 10, Del Campo. Richmond in motion. There's Smith. Smith is going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, trying to go up the middle, and he's going to be dropped for no gain on the play.
And that was much better. What I noticed in the first series is the defensive line really fired off the ball well and beat the offensive line on all 3 of those plays and forced the punt. The last series, not so much the case, and that allowed Smith to break one.
All right, that brings us to the end of the first quarter of play. And Aaron, your thoughts on that first quarter? Lots of action and lots of scoring.
And we're going to be here till midnight if we keep scoring at this pace. No, I mean, really exciting. Again, the big play by Del Campo was really the highlight on their offense. Bella Vista, on the other hand, not only had the highlight of the big pass, but had 2 really, really good drives, mainly running, but also with a short pass in there involved. So really impressive on offense, and overall on defense, other than the one big play, really solid as well.
I believe that is Christian Taylor's first varsity touchdown. So
that's what he will remember.
To
that's
him.
right.
Yes,
yeah.
that is definitely one that he will remember.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. So, I think that, now that we've settled down, we got a quarter of play. You just got to keep doing more of the same. If you're Bella Vista, you can't worry about that big play. And Del Campo has got to figure out what worked to break Smith and go back to that.
And there is a look at the Bella Vista band. They are on the track this evening for these big games, I think they'll probably do this on homecoming as well. When you're expecting lots of fans, they're not going to be in the stands. They're going to be down on the field. They did that last year as well. But that's really cool to have them down there. Lots of energy going on as we get the second quarter underway. Del Campo in possession at the 40-yard line. Jackson Morgan, and he tried to get that one to Roots. Looks like that one went a little bit behind him. Gage Titus was there on the coverage, and that will bring up now a 3rd down and 10. So here is a big opportunity for the Bella Vista defense to maybe get the ball back for their offense without Del Campo denting the scorebook. Culver in the backfield along with Smith. Richmond in motion. Play fake. Back to pass is Morgan. He can't find any help. He's under pressure. He gets away. He's setting up. He takes a shot. That's a deep pass to an open receiver, and the catch is made inside the 20-yard line. That is Amir Roots with the reception. And that is down to the 17-yard line. What a job on the part of Jackson Morgan to not give up. It looked like for certain he was going to go down.
It did.
He even kind of took that bow to kind of let everybody go over him, but he got free and he found Roots wide open. And so now Del Campo is knocking on the door, 1st down and 10. On the jet sweep, taking off and bringing the ball down to the 10-yard line. That's Everett Dahl, a wide receiver. He came from that wide receiver spot to take the inside handoff, and he takes it down to the 9-yard line. That's a nice pickup by Everett Dahl. From the 17 to the 9, give him 8 yards. 2nd and 2 for Del Campo. Their fans across the way from us. Loving what they're seeing right now on this possession. Handoff goes to Smith. Smith looking for the opening. And he is brought down about the 6-yard line. Dominic Ferrarini was in there once again. And that'll now bring up a 1st and goal. Split backs in the backfield. Richmond in motion. The pitch play goes to Smith. Good block on the outside. Smith looking to cut. Hugo Lopez is there, and Gage Titus comes over and finishes him off right at about the 5-yard line.
No gain, it looks like.
Lopez was right there and kind of setting himself up to deliver the tackle, and that stalled Smith long enough for Titus to get over and finish that off.
Yeah, good coverage by the defense on that play.
2nd and goal, it is no gain. We mark the ball at the 6-yard line. Amir Roots will come out to the right side. That's the near side of the field here. 2 wide receivers. Actually, there's 3 wide receivers, 2 stacked out to the left. Morgan rolls out to his left. Off the back foot, floats it into the end zone, overshoots his intended receiver. And he was looking for number 11, Colton Mills, the tight end.
Well, he was probably running through his progressions, and he may not have got to number 20, Bryce Smith, but he was open, and there was an opportunity there for a touchdown that was missed.
So what do you do if you're the Cougars here and you don't get the 1st down? Obviously, if you get close to the goal line, you go for it, but maybe from here, what do they think of Dunaway as a field goal kicker?
Yeah, I think he'd probably kick if they don't get any more yardage.
3rd and goal from the 6. Here's Dahl again. Dahl looking to cut up the middle, and he says, forget about all of that, Thorolson. I'm scoring a touchdown. Touchdown, Del Campo. So a 6-yard run for Everett Dahl. He had the choice to go wide or cut up the middle, and he saw that big opening right there with 9:07 to go in the second quarter, and Del Campo gets closer. Here's Dunaway's kick. Oh, that one may have missed. It does miss. It's wide left. So each team has had a missed kick, and that puts us at 20-13 now in favor of the Broncos.
Well, you know, that's now 2 plays from the Bronco defense that were missed that led to really, really big gains. Unfortunately, they both resulted in touchdowns. So the 13 points on the board are the result of 2 big plays. And on this most recent one, look, when you got the quarterback under pressure like that, you got to finish the job and get the sack. They gave him way, way too much time to get the ball, and those receivers are going to do a good job, and he heaved it down the field, and Amir Roots was there.
So the Broncos looking to get their hands on the ball once again. A couple of nice kickoff returns by Trey Mello. I wonder if they go the other way. And this one is coming to Shadko. Shadko's looking for the opportunity. A little stutter step across the 30. And Bella Vista will start in their worst field position of the day, their own 32-yard line.
Which is not too shabby.
Which is not too shabby, you're right.
So, you know, Bella Vista got a lot of time here, got 9 minutes. They need to keep what's been working, and that's chewing up clock.
They give him progress to the 33, so we will call that the start of the drive at the 33-yard line. Lopez and Norwood are in the backfield. There may be offsides on Del Campo.
Yep.
As there was some movement on the right side of the line.
Let's go move it up to the 37.
Whistle this one dead unless a Bronco moved. We'll see what they say. It's a dead ball, and it is going to be offsides on Del Campo.
Second one of the game against Del Campo.
So again, thank you for joining us tonight here on BV Live Sports. Great to have you along.
In fact, has there been a penalty on Bella Vista so far?
That may be the first.
Well, that was on Del Campo, though, for offsides.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was offensive pass interference on Del Campo. I'm not sure that
and there's also been a face mask on Del Campo as well. Here's Lopez pushing his way up the middle. And that's a nice little gain of about 7 or 8 yards. Looks like they're going to give him the 8. And that'll bring up second down and 2. So Hugo Lopez, none the worse for wear here.
Yeah, one thing Bella Vista is going to have to work a little bit on here on the offense. They can keep moving the ball, but they're going to have to vary. If they keep running up the middle, Del Campo's going to load the box. They're going to have to keep him honest with a throw here and there.
Here's Norwood. And he gets bottled up, but it's probably enough for the first down. It looks like they'll give him the progress to the 44-yard line. So that's a gain of 3 for Devon Norwood and a first down for Bella Vista. Approaching 8 minutes to go on Military Appreciation Night here at Bella Vista High School.
That's 50 yards for Devon tonight. 50 yards on 11 carries.
In a quarter and a half.
And a quarter and a half, that's right.
Shadko's going to go out to the left. Shadko's to the right. Durazo's to the left. Offset eye. Del Campo showing blitz. Here's Durazo on the jet sweep. He'll turn the corner. It was a good read on the part of Del Campo as they bring him down across the 45-yard line.
And Del Campo's defensive coordinator is going to be thanking whoever that young man was, because if they didn't get Durazo on that, he was gone for 15 or 20 yards probably.
Well, and the tackler there, he stayed home. He did his job.
He did his job. Yep, if you have outside contain, that's exactly what you want to do. So if there's any junior football players watching, pay attention, because that's exactly what you do.
2nd and 8, Bella Vista. Norwood, he'll go right up the middle. And the initial hit was delivered by a number 58 that is not on my roster. But he did a good job. And that is a gain for Bella Vista of 6 yards, so it is 3rd down and 2. Looks like there was a little issue with the ball, but there's Hugo Lopez pushing his way forward across the 45, and that's a first down for Bella Vista. Looks like Jack had a little trouble with the snap, and the exchange didn't look very comfortable either.
Yep.
But it all worked out well for the Broncos, and they get the first down.
Another 5 yards for Hugo. That seems to be the name of the game, as you called out earlier.
Shadko left, Durazo right. 1st and 10 Broncos. Durazo in motion. Norwood. Another nice run for Norwood inside the 40-yard line. They're going to give him, it looks like, 5 yards on that one.
Yep.
So what do you got him for at this
61.
point? 61. If he just keeps going 5 and 5 and 5 and 5, he just needs.
He's averaging 88 a game. He might hit that in the first half.
8 more carries at 5 yards. He'll be at 100.
Yep.
2nd and 5. And Norwood looks like they'll give him 1 on that, so it'll be 3rd down and 4. So this is possible pass, possible run, jet sweep.
Yeah, I mean, I think you either got to go with a jet sweep here or you got to go with a pass, because Del Campo continues to crowd in the box and add more and more guys in, which makes it harder and harder for Devon to find a hole.
Approaching 5 minutes to go. 3rd and 4. Here's Norwood once again, pushing his way forward, keeps the legs going, and that's another Bella Vista first down.
7 on that, I think.
That's what it looks like, yeah. He was just willing his way. He just would not be denied.
Well, and I can tell you on that play, credit the offensive line on that play, because they moved guys out. Del Campo loaded the box up, and Bella Vista's lineman said, no, thank you. We're pushing you guys out of the way.
Norwood. And this looks like about 3 yards on the play, or it looks like they're going to give him 2. Right to the 30-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 now.
4
Approaching
minutes.
4 minutes to go before halftime.
So, I mean, we've already chewed up 5 minutes on this drive.
Broncos received the opening kickoff, so Del Campo will get the ball. Oh, offsides Del Campo. And again, remember, in high school football, once you cross into the neutral zone, you are offside.
Correct.
Doesn't matter. You could, college and pro, you can get back. They don't have that. It's an immediate dead ball and a penalty. So he jumped in. He tried to get back. Hope nobody noticed.
Right.
But it
they
did not
did.
work out that way for them.
So now you have like a second along 2, which.
Yeah, it looks like they don't quite need to get to the 17. Here's Lopez. And he gets it to the 5th. He gets it down to the 20. I'm sorry, I was 5 yards ahead of myself. They did not quite need to get it to the 22, but he gets it to the 20. 21, but it's a first down for Bella Vista. Don't mind me.
You can't be perfect, George.
Durazo right, Shadko left. Split backs in the backfield this time. Running left for Bella Vista. And that's Hugo Lopez. And he is down inside the 10-yard line. That should be another Bella Vista first down. They're going to mark him at the 9. So that's 12 yards for Hugo Lopez. Now Jack Singley comes over to the sideline to get the play this time. Broncos doing a very good job using clock and driving the ball. They did have that one play drive that resulted in a touchdown. Here's Norwood. Norwood is down to the 5-yard line. Do you know what that means?
Give it to Norwood. He's going in, right?
He's getting that all set up. Or are they going to call that the 6?
I think it's
Like
6.
they're going to calling that the 6. So that's a gain of 3. Close enough, right?
5, 6.
2nd and goal. Does it continue to be to the Devon Norwood show? 2 touchdowns already. Give it to Norwood off the left side, and nobody touching him. Touchdown, Broncos. His 3rd touchdown of the game. And that one required a little extra effort because that was 6 yards.
That was 6 yards. He had 3 more feet to go on that one, and he still did it.
And 1:57 to go. And what that does is that doesn't give Del Campo a lot of time here.
No, I mean, Bella Vista chewed up 7 minutes of clock there. That was great.
And that's what Jason Ott wants them to do, the whole bully ball. Pennington's extra point is good. So 1:57 to go in the 2nd quarter. It is now 27-13 Bella Vista, a 14-point lead. And the Broncos on defense here, all they need to do is keep Del Campo out of the end zone for the next minute 57. Del Campo on the other side, they want to score here because they get the second half kickoff. If they can score here, then they're in great position coming out of the locker room to tie the game.
Well, I know that, Bill Belichick is now in college at the University of North Carolina, but one of the things that he was great with Tom Brady and the Patriots was exactly this scenario that Del Campo's faced with right now. Short time, scoring, and then getting the ball to start the second half and scoring again. He was a master at that, as were the Patriots on a run there for many, many years.
So Richmond is back deep to receive. Webster is closest to us. Roots is on the far side as the other of the up men. They'll probably try to keep it away from Roots, and they'll try and keep it away from Richmond.
Well,
Pennington from Aaron Keogh's favorite spot on the field.
The snout, here we go. I love it.
Here's the kick from Pennington going in Webster's direction. He picks it up on the fly. Webster gets by the first man and then shoved out of bounds by Xander Shadko. And that is at the 38-yard line. So that is where Del Campo will begin this position. Pretty good field position. $1:53 to go. We got a whistle here. And a stoppage in play. Looks like a timeout for Bella Vista.
Yeah, this is actually a smart call here because you know that Del Campo is going to throw the ball, right? They have all 3 timeouts. Bella Vista has all 3 timeouts. So it's a good position here. Get your defense together. Rally them together. Hey, guys, we got to play a little bit of prevent here, but we have got to keep Amir Roots from scoring here.
And looking at the numbers from the first couple of games, Del Campo won their first 2 games. And when they won, Bryce Smith was going ape nuts.
Yes.
And he was, 189 in one game?
Yes.
And he was 223 in another.
In another game, right, yeah.
Last week they held him to 41 yards.
Yeah.
But Jackson Morgan had his best passing game of the year. They probably, because they got down early and often against Rio Americano, they had to throw the ball a lot.
Yep. Well, and Rio likes to throw a lot too, so you kind of get air raid versus air raid here.
So Morgan last week against Rio Americano threw for 271 yards and 2 touchdowns. So we know he can do the job when he is pressed into duty, but they like to be a running team. This is Richmond looking to turn the corner around the left side, and he is dragged down on the far sideline.
I think there was a loss of 1 on that play. There was.
They will mark him back at the 38-yard line.
And that's a surprising play call from Del Campo for me. The clock continues to run here, under a minute and a half now.
Smith lined up deep. He gets the handoff. He's got some running room, trying to bowl his way over. Perez has him, and he finally brings him down with some help. Trey Mello was also there. Nice run by Bryce Smith down to the 35-yard line of Bella Vista. 1:12 to go. Clock stops on the first down, and now we wind it up again. They're going to mark this one at the 33. First down and 10, and a timeout now for Del Campo. And that is Bryce Smith at his best. Bryce the Beast. He's just running over people.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to compare real quick, so he's got 7 carries for 93 yards compared to Devon Norwood, who's got 18 carries for 80 yards. So clearly, he's when they give him the ball, he's deadly. And Bella Vista has got to control that. They have got to keep Del Campo out of the end zone here.
What is he? You said 90 yards?
Yeah, 90 yards.
64 of that was on one play.
Right.
So this is actually his second best run of the game that he just had.
Right.
And
well, Bella Vista, it looks like, called the timeout. I thought Del Campo did.
I thought that's what they said. I thought they pointed
well, they
to
might
Del
have, and it
Campo.
just might be wrong on the board there. It would have made more sense for Del Campo to call timeout because the clock continues to run.
Well, it says Bella Vista has 3 timeouts and Del Campo 1.
I think
And
it's
Bella
2
Vista,
and 2.
Yeah, I think it's 2 and 2 because Bella Vista called one at the beginning of this possession. First and 10, Del Campo on the jet sweep. Broncos seem to bottle that one up. That's Richmond, the ball carrier. That Ferrarini might have been in there. Looks like they're going to call this no gain at the 33-yard line. Second and 10. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Richmond in motion. Morgan out under pressure. He floats this one down. Has a receiver open. Could not get it to him. And that's Colton Mills. That's the second time he's been targeted for a pass into the end zone. And now it is 3rd down and 10. A huge 3rd down for Bella Vista right here.
Yeah, and with the time here, this is 2-down territory for Del Campo. So I would look, given the time here, I mean, you might, if you can get a pass and get a first down, then you might call timeout and go back to a run, but likely passing the next 2 downs here for the Cougars.
Amir Roots, a very quiet game. He did have the one big reception. They haven't been able to connect much with him tonight. Out of the shotgun, Morgan, back to pass, under pressure. He's going deep. That one to no one in particular. There was some contact, and there was actually a receiver down there. But it looked like when I said no one in particular, where I could see the ball going, there wasn't anybody there as it was well overthrown.
Yeah, the ball was overthrown. It was really good coverage. I think that the Del Campo receiver just got his feet tangled up there a little bit. I think that was a clean no-call play. I like that, letting him play a little bit here.
The receiver is very slowly walking back. It is Roots. Very slowly walking back to his position. He doesn't even join the huddle.
Yeah, he probably knows what he's doing, going right to the end zone again.
So it is 4th down and 10. Now Morgan is also their punter, and he can line up deep. But no, he's going to go under center. They're going to go for it here. Richmond in motion. Play fake to Smith. Morgan to throw. Under pressure. He's hit. He's dropped. Brendan Holsapple in the green shoes, along with Nate DeLucchi, bring him down at the 42-yard line.
And that's what the Broncos needed, was a sack, and they got it. They've been close a couple of times, haven't been able to finish the job, but when it mattered most in the first half, George, Broncos delivered.
So the ball goes over on downs, and we talked about how important it might have been for Del Campo to get the touchdown and then get the ball.
Correct.
You're near midfield right now. What do you do if you're Bella Vista? Do
well,
you go deep?
No, I take a knee and go into halftime, 2 scores up is what I do.
That
we'll
looks
see.
like that's what they're going to do. As everybody's kind of crouched in, Singley takes the snap and he puts the knee to the ground. And that is going to bring us to the end of the first half of play here. And a very, very energetic first half. The Broncos with a 2-score lead as the final seconds are going to click off here. And we are at halftime.
Yeah, you always wonder with something like this if the opponent's going to do something sneaky, but they don't, and we're at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, they could have taken a timeout and forced another snap if they wanted to. But
Yeah, there's no need to do that, though, right? I mean, just going to halftime here, regroup, and get ready for the second half. A lot of adjustments need to be made, I would argue, on both sides of the ball, so with both teams.
Well, the band is about to make their way out onto the field, and I'm sorry. We'll check in with Brandon in just a second. Aaron, you mentioned that the Carnegie Band is also here tonight.
Yeah, I saw some kids walking in that looked not high school age, we'll say. And then I ran into a fellow wrestling coach that helps out at the Andrew Carnegie Middle School, and said, "Oh yeah, my son's here with the band tonight. They're playing with the high school," which is a really cool thing, and great to let them be a part of Friday Night Lights here at Bella Vista.
And I do see some younger folks sitting in the band area.
Yeah.
The band is getting ready. The cheerleaders are going to do their thing first. Let's send it down to Brandon now with his thoughts here on the first half.
Well, my thoughts on the first half, I'm sure Bella Vista is very happy right now to have a 2-touchdown lead. Even though they have a 2-touchdown lead, I think that was still a very back and forth first half. But the big storyline to me, and I heard you guys mention it, is time of possession. I would love to know what the exact time of possession was for Bella Vista, but with Del Campo, one of their 2 touchdowns was a 2-play touchdown. They had a 3-and-out, so I think BV held the ball probably 80% of that first half.
Well, that's a really good point. Bella Vista had the 1 touchdown as well that was a 1-play 45-yard strike to Christian Taylor, but the other 3, they've just grounded and pounded the ball downfield. And and Aaron mentioned that Devon Norwood is very close in yardage to Bryce Smith, but far more carries because they're not getting as much on the ground per carry, but it's adding up.
Yeah, you got to imagine that that's going to pay dividends for Bella Vista in the second half, wearing down their defensive line and coming back with a relatively fresh defensive front for Bella Vista. So that's my thoughts for the first half. Great first half. I'm sure Coach Ott is very happy over there, although he's probably not letting them know that he's happy.
Well, it was a very exciting first half for Bella Vista. The first possession for Del Campo and the last possession for Del Campo in that first half ended in no points, and then their possessions in between were the 2 touchdowns. So Bella Vista came up big, really, on those 2 possessions right there. And so they do take the 2-touchdown lead here into halftime, and so then that brings us to Del Campo receiving the second half kickoff.
Yeah, so I mean, you're basically batting 500 if you're the Bella Vista defense, as far as when the big plays given up, they've scored points. So what Bella Vista obviously has to do to come out to start the second half is have, play how they played in the first possession and the last possession before halftime, force either a punt or a turnover on downs, get the ball, go down and score. Now you're up 3 scores. Now things are starting to get a little out of hand, and you start to kind of break the will of your opponent. But if Del Campo can come out and score, that keeps them right in the game, and that's, if you're Bella Vista, you don't want that to happen.
And we have talked about how Bella Vista is kind of banged up right now with Alan Remington not playing tonight. And he's a star defensive back for them. He had the second dot on the exclamation point against Oakmont by closing out that game with that interception that sealed the win for Bella Vista 3 weeks ago. But he is out for this game. He's in street clothes. Jack Singley would punt if that was necessary, but no punts in the first half for Bella Vista. And then Hugo Lopez banged up the last couple of weeks. Dominic Ferrarini was banged up. Ferrarini has been in on maybe 1 or 2 plays offensively, but he's still done his job defensively. He's been on several tackles. And Lopez, it doesn't look like he's hurt at all running the ball.
No, and that could be a strategy, is to play, Ferrarini where you need him more, which is on the defensive side of the ball. Let him rest a little bit. That keeps him, from further injuring whatever's injured on him. Hugo Lopez, I'm with you. He doesn't look injured at all. They're playing great. And overall, the Broncos are really outplaying the Cougars. They just got to clean up on those big plays. This game could very well be 27-0.
We think back to the interview that Coach Ott did with us before the game. He was talking about they were going to run some shotgun and mix up the offense, which is probably what they were working on this week because that's where they expect it to be. But right before the game time, Lopez probably comes to him and says, "Hey, I'm good to go."
Right.
And so maybe they had not had that conversation yet, or maybe Coach didn't want to commit to it because he still wasn't sure until he saw warm-ups.
Right.
But still, it's great to see the Lopez doing well, and Devon Norwood, as expected, is getting the brunt of the carries tonight, and he is getting the job done.
Yeah, and Brandon mentioned it in his report. I mean, that is really going to pay dividends for the Broncos in the second half because those 5, 6, 7, 10-yard runs, that really wears the defense out. That last possession that the Broncos scored on before halftime, they chewed up 7 minutes of clock, over half a quarter in one possession. That's exhausting for your defense. Neither one of these ball clubs are big, right? As far as roster size, they're about the same size, so there's not a lot of folks to come in and relieve guys. That just gets really fatiguing for your defense.
And as we watch the Bella Vista cheerleaders complete their routine, reminder that you can join us on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/BV Live Sports. So take your device there and scan that QR code, and that'll take you right to our Facebook page, and that will give you the opportunity to follow us, and we'll get, with updates and game reminders and everything like that. And the Broncos 2 weeks from tonight will be back home as they will be coming off the bye week. And so we're looking forward to that as well. It is halftime, and it is time to hear from the Bella Vista Band. So let's do that.
I'm 18. How old are you, Dad? 16 or 17. You baby.
There's no winning or losing. It's just fun.
Yeah. I don't know though. Mr. Sabata is like, he's pretty strict on that.
Yeah, well, it's,
that brings to a close the band's performance, and as always, we welcome the Bella Vista band. They do such a fantastic job here at Bella Vista High School with the band program. The cheerleaders, very energetic as well. So halftime's always fun here at Bella Vista.
You know, it is, and you take it for granted. I mean, I know I did. I was at the Cowbell Classic last week and noticed that, you know, for example, when the national anthem got ready to be played, it was played from a recording because Casa Roble doesn't have a band. And in fact, if this is still true, I don't know, but I know last year the only marching band in San Juan Unified is Bella Vista. So we are really lucky to have them and grateful that they're here and do such a good job.
So among the things that will be happening this year is, speaking of San Juan schools, there's one more game against the San Juan school, and that's Rio Americano. That will be at Rio Americano. It's showing me that that's a night game. So maybe they have lights now at Rio.
Or, I can't remember. I think that they play at, I can't remember now, George, but I think that they play at a off-site location.
Could they play at Jesuit?
Yes, I think that might be right.
Well, if that's the case, then they've got lights there.
Yes, they have lights there.
And it's just down the street. So
I think that's, if I remember, I could find out before the end of the broadcast.
I know that in the past, Rio Americano has played on their field, but they would play on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, right.
So that they could play it in the afternoon. But, you know, Jesuit just recently got lights.
Correct, yeah.
And so I don't know if Rio finally was able to convince the area as well, or as you mentioned, they go play on a field that doesn't have their logos on it.
Yeah, I mean, I know that as far as lacrosse season went, there were no lights there, but that doesn't mean they didn't get them over the summer.
Or maybe they have like the temporary lights
that
they're able
yeah.
to bring them in. Just want to take a quick look here at the upcoming schedule, actually, for both schools. For Bella Vista, the bye week is next week. So they right now, of course, have the second half against Del Campo. Then they're off, and then league play begins on the 26th. Ponderosa will be here, the Bruins.
That's right.
And so
that'll
be
very good Bruin team.
7 o'clock kickoff and a 6:45 start here on BV Live Sports. Then on the 3rd of October is the game at Rio Americano. Now, I'm not sure if they play that at Jesuit. Could they do the NFHS live stream for that?
Maybe,
Who knows?
I don't know.
Because Jesuit has that capability. So don't know. We're just kind of speculating. And then on the 10th they play Inderkum.
Yep.
And that is at Inderkum. But that is that's a look at Bella Vista's next 3 games. So go ahead and take a look as we're almost ready to start the second half. Want to take a quick look at the Del Campo schedule coming up after tonight against Bella Vista. They are in action next week, and they will take on Antioch. They'll be at Antioch. Then they get their bye week on the 26th, and will be back in action at Placer on the 3rd. So a couple of road games coming up for Del Campo, sandwiched around the bye week. All right, so the clock has expired. Let's get a quick word from Brandon here before we start the second half.
Hey guys, I was just going to chime in on the Rio game. My understanding is that game is going to be at El Camino High School. So,
okay.
And I know Rio they do slide out the portable lights once in a while for like a soccer game, but they don't do that for the football game. So I believe it's going to be at El Camino. That's what I've heard. It's going to be at El Camino for this year's event. So
okay. And if anybody from Rio is watching, if you don't have a live stream set up, drop me a note. We'd be happy to come over and do it.
There we go. Well, Del Campo's out on the field, but I think they forgot that you get the 3-minute additional warm-up period here, so Bella Vista's not in any hurry to come out and kick the ball away.
Yeah, and we're still counting down a couple of minutes. So interesting. So that would be new this year for Rio playing at El Camino. I guess they just really want to have that Friday night experience.
Yeah, and from what I understand at Rio, because of where that high school is located in that neighborhood, the neighborhood was there before the school, and the neighbors don't want the lights, and selfishly, I'm a sports guy, but I got to think, we're not talking about a college football game. We're talking about high school football. It's a good
5 Fridays during the fall.
Yeah, it's 5 Fridays. That's it. And, it's a great thing. I've often joked, although I don't see any lights on across the way here behind the visitor side in the neighborhood,
But if I had a home right there, I would be out on my porch and be watching the game from the
With
second
your
story.
binoculars.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
there
right.
you go.
I'd love to have this here. It's great. High school football is a community event, and it brings out people in the community, and it's it should be a great place to enjoy Friday night.
So we're counting down the final few minutes before the second half gets underway. What do you want to see here on this? Well, first of all, what do you want to see from Del Campo if you're the Del Campo coaches? Obviously, Smith, when he gets the ball and gets the right blocking, he can be deadly.
Yep.
And so probably just more of the same there.
Yeah, and I think that on the passing, what I've noticed is that, Morgan is throwing the ball, but it's taken him a long time, and he's looking really far down the field. If I was Del Campo, I'd be telling my quarterback, hey, relax in the pocket, go through your progressions, and look for, Roots or somebody else to be open, in the 5, 10, 15-yard range. You don't have to go 35 yards down the field and go all or nothing.
All right, so we're ready to get the second half underway. For Bella Vista, on the other hand, a defensive stand here would be huge.
Well, that's what they need. They've got to force the 3 and out here. That starts by getting a good kickoff here, and
one of the officials is kind of waving his arms right now.
Are we on the wrong side of the field? Yes.
Yeah, okay. Don't you go out there at midfield before the second half begins to resolve all of that?
I would think. Thought that was part of the 3-minute break here you get, but I guess not.
So I want to say that happened 3 weeks ago. That we lined up for the second half kickoff and then we had to switch. Ooh. All right, so now we've got everything figured out. And Pennington has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Well, of course they had to switch, Brandon. I'm sorry, Aaron. They got to kick it from the snout to start the second half. Here's a short kickoff, and this time it is going to be Richmond to field it. Tackled almost around the neck, first of all, and now he's brings it out to the 40-yard line. So they figured out a way, Del Campo did, to get Richmond to touch the ball because Bella Vista has been purposely kicking away from him.
Yep.
And I want to take a look, see if I have any special teams information on. He averages almost 18 yards on kickoff returns, according to Max Preps. And so I think Bella Vista, by design, has been kicking away from him.
Absolutely.
And so they tried, they had him spread up on the short kickoff this time. It's a little bit more towards the middle of the field, and so gave him an opportunity to take the ball. So Del Campo at the 40-yard line, first down and 10. Split backs, Bella Vista jumps into the neutral zone. That may be the first penalty for Bella Vista tonight.
I think it is. I mean, I thought about it at halftime. I think that's the first penalty.
So a free 5 yards for Del Campo. And then that will give him a 1st and 5 now at the 45-yard line. So triumvirate of Del Campo Cougars coming onto the field after they went over to the sideline. Jackson Morgan, Amir Roots, and Isaiah Richmond. Richmond is out to the left. Roots to the right. Morgan is the quarterback. Here comes Richmond in motion. Handoff goes to Smith up the middle, and he'll have a first down across the midfield stripe. Guillermo Perez was there on the stop.
The unfortunate part about that is because of the penalty, a 6-yard carry resulted in a first down, but if you don't jump off sides, it's 2nd and 4.
And now Del Campo can reset on a new series of downs here. Looks like Smith is going to come out and line up as a wingman to the right. They're going to go out of the shotgun formation. Morgan looking left. Catch is made. And that's Roots down to the 40-yard line. Donovan Farron makes the stop. They're going to mark it down at the 40-yard line, so that's a gain of 9. Donovan Farron, by the way, a defensive back, is also the backup quarterback for Bella Vista. Saw some action in the game against Nevada Union 2 weeks ago. 2nd and 1. Shotgun formation once again. This time they give it to Smith. Smith is hit in the backfield, and he is dropped. That's a loss of yardage. That play never really picked up any speed as they tried to run him to the wide side of the field out of the shotgun. Gage Titus led the way for Bella Vista, and they're going to call that a loss of a yard. I thought it was more than that. Anyway, it's 3rd and 2.
It did look like more than it. You know, credit where credit's due. Although the Bella Vista defense has given up a couple big Smith runs, they've stopped him 3 times for negative yardage tonight.
Roots will line up to the right. Richmond goes to the left. I formation set. 3rd and 2. Here comes Richmond. There goes Smith. Gets off the first tackler. Gets off about 3 or 4 other tacklers. Is spun around. And he is dropped at the 32, 31-yard line. That'll be a first down for Del Campo. Nice aggressive running there by Bryce Smith, the former Bella Vista student and player.
Yeah, nice little 9-yard run, and that gets him into the century mark. 107 yards on the night now for Smith. He's just so good at shedding tacklers. Several Bronco defenders on him, and he just shrugs them off and continues to go.
From the 32, first down and 10. There's Smith once again, has a big hole to the right side. And he's finally going to be dropped over on the sideline.
Flag down, though.
And that is downfield.
Could be a hold.
Now everybody's coming back, so it could be downfield holding. It would be holding and spotted from the spot of the foul, so it's not going to be the full 10 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Well, it is a hold, so it looks like it's going to be about 1st and 15 maybe.
So the referee now brought it back to the 30-yard line, so maybe that's where the hold happened.
Yeah, so 1st and 18 it looks like is what it's going to be.
And so now they will take the ball and they will mark off the 10 yards.
Big break for the Broncos. Back up, Cougars.
Take it back to the 40-yard line. So 1st and 17. 18, I think is what you said, 1st and 18.
Yeah, 1st and 18 here.
Running left, that's Everett Dahl. He has a touchdown tonight. And he's down to the 37-yard line. Brendan Holsapple. I love that name.
That's a great name. Four-yard pickup there for Dahl. Second and long here.
And shotgun formation for Del Campo. Oh, there's that short pass that you were talking about. Amir Roots at the 31-yard line. So that's Gage Titus and Guillermo Perez that were there on the stop.
Yeah, 6-yard pickup, that's fine. It makes it 3rd and long, but you had 1st and 18, so, you know, 3rd and 8 is not at the end of the world here, given that the ball's at the Bella Vista 30-yard line here.
This is a huge 3rd down for Bella Vista. It's a huge 3rd down for Del Campo as well. They want to try and get back to within 1 score. Morgan is under center. Richmond comes in motion. Here's Smith. Fumble on the play. Loose ball. And I think Morgan may have gotten back on top of it.
Ooh, that was close.
Hugo Lopez was right there. So now if you're Del Campo, Bella Vista's enjoyed good field position all game. Do you go for it here on 4th and a bunch? It looks like they will, although Morgan is their punter.
Could have a little pooch punt down to the goal line, and So we'll have to see here what's going on. It's going to be 4th and long regardless. They look like they're going for it.
4th down and a bunch. And out of bounds, as Morgan has spun around out of bounds at the 36-yard line, nowhere near the first down. That will go over to Bella Vista.
Turnover on downs, and you know, we said it at the beginning of the half, George, that you know, they needed a big defensive stop, and they certainly got it. So Bella Vista is going to be in fairly good field position. They're going to be starting 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. And let's see if they come out with more of the same from Devon Norwood.
Split backs in the backfield. 1st and 10 for Bella Vista. And that's Lopez. He's going to be hit for maybe a yard.
Wow, they're going to give him forward progress all the way. They're going to give him 3 yards on that forward progress all the way.
They give him a couple. It looks like
3.
they give him 3 yards.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a generous spot.
That is a very generous spot.
6:20 to go. 2nd and 3. Here's Norwood. Norwood's going to push forward for a couple more, maybe 3 more.
That's what it looks like, 3 more.
So that's going to set up a 3rd down and 4 for Bella Vista. And if Bella Vista can get there, can get this first down and continue to march down the field, use clock, and get to a 3-touchdown lead, it may be too difficult at that point for Del Campo.
Yeah, now you're starting to get out of hand, right? So this is actually, you know, a really big 3rd down, even though the Broncos are up 2 touchdowns or 2 scores.
Here's Norwood. He is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and for the first time tonight, Bella Vista will face a 4th down. It's like they maybe gave him a yard.
Yeah, they're going to have to punt.
So this is going to be the opportunity to see Jack Singley punt for the first time. Or is it going to be Perez? It looks like it's going to be Guillermo Perez that is going to punt. Now we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. Bella Vista may consider going for it here. Why else would they call a timeout?
Well, I don't know, but I mean, the smart football play here is to punt the ball. So I don't know. I'm not quite sure what they would do, but other than maybe just to throw Del Campo off a little bit and keep them on their toes. But, you know, given that the first 3 plays of the second half have all been under 5 yards, you know, if you can get 3 yards out of it, great, but it's kind of risky. You give Del Campo fairly good field position. I think you punt this ball away and go to work.
Like that's what they're going to do.
Well, and remember, you can punt it out of bounds, right? There's no penalty for that. So
Correct.
if you just get a big punt it out of bounds, then you're good.
Guillermo Perez will do the kicking. It's a good snap.
Nice
That's
punt.
a nice kick. Fielded at about the 30-yard line, and you know what? He got hang time off that too.
Yeah.
And that allowed Bella Vista's defense coverage team to get down there and make the stop and prevent any kind of a big run.
Yeah, so I mean, now you got a 25-yard change in field position here. You know, Del Campo still has the ball at their own 36, but that's way better than, you know, if they don't get it and they get the ball in Bronco territory. All right, here we go.
4:51 to go in the 3rd quarter. So that's the first possession tonight for Bella Vista. There they didn't score. A touchdown. Slant pattern. Nice yardage there for Del Campo. And that's Amir Roots on the reception. It's exactly what you talked about at halftime, Aaron. They're going more towards those underneath passes.
Yeah, I mean,
Those
you get
add up
13.
too.
Yeah. I mean, you got 13 yards. You have another first down. You're moving the ball. Like, you don't have to get this all back if you're the Cougars in one big play. Obviously, that helps, but it doesn't chew up much clock, and it doesn't wear the defense out very much.
Split backs in the backfield. And there's Bryce Smith once again. He will not go down, but ultimately he is brought down. Cody Simpson was in on the stop. Nate DeLucchi was there as well.
No gain. So again, if we're keeping track here of plays at negative yardage or no yardage for Smith, we're up to 6 plays tonight. 6 of his 11 carries have been for negative or no yards.
2nd and 10, Del Campo. We're in the third quarter. Broncos by 14. Morgan rolls left. Morgan off the back foot, pump fakes. Now he sends it downfield. Has a receiver there. Looks like they're going to give him the catch. Roots with the reception for a pickup of 9. Looked like there was 2 receivers in the same area. Went over one of them.
Yeah, I mean, the other interesting thing for Del Campo is that Morgan has only completed passes to Roots tonight. That's it. 79 yards passing for the Cougars. It's all been to Roots.
He's targeted Mills a couple of times, but those have been incomplete. 3rd and 1, and he's hit in the backfield and dropped. Cooper Thorne, who we also thought might not play tonight, and Guillermo Perez was right there.
3-yard loss.
I think it was 2-yard loss because it was 3rd and 1.
Oh, there you go.
3rd and 3.
2-yard loss. You're right.
So it's now 4th and 3. Del Campo down 2 touchdowns. Under 3 minutes to go in the third. And they're going to go for it here. And it's a shotgun formation for Jackson Morgan. Couple of steps drops, has an open receiver, catch is made. First down Del Campo, and that's Roots once again. And he's telling everybody it's a first down.
It's about a 7-yard pickup, it looks like.
Mello and Simpson on the stop. 1st and 10, Del Campo.
Credit to Del Campo on converting on a big 4th down for them.
Dahl comes in motion. Here's Smith once again. Very patient, waiting for the hole to open. Riley Durazo makes the stop, but that's a nice pickup for Bryce Smith. It looks like it gets down to, it's like maybe a 9-yard gain, 8-yard gain.
8-yard gain, yeah.
2nd and 2. Smith is winding up as a receiver, slotted to the right. Morgan looking left, gonna go deep, looking for Roots. That one's overshot and incomplete. And that one sailed out of bounds. So that'll bring up now a 3rd down and 2.
Well, and you can hear some frustration on the Bella Vista sideline from the coaches. You know, I heard this game is not over. You got to stay focused. It's a 2-score game, and Del Campo's driving, and there is no flag.
Okay, so there was a flag thrown. They're waving it off. 3rd and 2. Shotgun formation. Morgan, he'll send it to Roots. Roots underneath, Roots is going to be hit, and he's going to be dropped for a loss of yardage back at the 30-yard line. So that's one of those plays where it's like, I'm getting the ball to you, Mr. Roots, and expecting you to use your speed to get us a first down. But he came, and that was designed for him. You could see it. He came back behind the line of scrimmage to receive that pass. And now it's going to be 4th and 5. So they just converted a 4th and medium a few moments ago. We'll see if they do it. This would be a big play for the Bella Vista defense. Huge play for either team. Morgan from the shotgun. Back, looking left, looking right, sends the pass over to the right side. Catch off the fingertips of the intended receiver. It's incomplete. And that's Bryce Smith, who was the intended receiver. He could not haul that one in at the sideline. Ball goes over on downs with 37 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and the Broncos will take over once again.
Well, I like that play call from Del Campo. Smith had a step on Gage Titus there, but the way that play was run, and Titus was right on his heels, Smith could have heard that and had that sense that he was right there. Had a little bit of butterfingers there as the ball went out of bounds and incomplete. So great stop for the Broncos here with just under, 37 seconds left in the third quarter.
Broncos will take over at their own 30-yard line. Going left. Here's a nice run for the Broncos. And that's Devon Norwood once again. And he's going to get himself a nice little 16-yard gain.
Yeah, he is. What a run. That was an angry run, George.
What's he up to now?
Well, he is up to, wouldn't you know it. No, let me make sure my math is correct here. That puts him exactly at a century mark.
All right. And how about adding on to that? How about 105 now?
Yeah.
So Devon Norwood has exceeded.
I think that was Lopez.
Oh, that was Lopez.
That was
on that
Lopez,
one?
yeah.
Okay. Hey, we did. I had it in my notes, and I apologize for not getting to it earlier as we come to the end of the third quarter. But Bryce Smith coming into this game was at 1,192 yards. So it happened early in the game with a couple of his carries, but and you've got him close to 100. The first 8 yards got him to 1,200 for the season.
Yeah, he's got 100. He's got 113 now tonight. So Devon's right on his heels. I think what's mixing me up with Hugo and Devon there is they're interchanging them as the back. Hugo runs as the fullback, and then all of a sudden he's the running back. So, anyways, Broncos are moving the ball now. That's good. Kind of a redeeming effort from that first offensive series, which was dismal compared to what they've been doing tonight.
So getting back to Bryce Smith, not only did he exceed 1,200 yards for his career, he's now over 1,300 yards for his career.
Yeah,
with 113
with 113,
yards.
he is right.
Yeah, he only needed 8 to get to 1,200, and so that's another 105 after that.
Yeah.
So he is at 1,305 for his career.
Yep.
So congratulations for Bryce Smith on a great career so far. And this is what, game 4? There's still 6 more games to go.
Yep, there are.
Second down for Bella Vista, 4 yards to go as we begin the fourth quarter. Here's Norwood. And now he's at 105.
Yep, now he's at 105.
What's Hugo up to?
46.
All right.
22 carries tonight for Devon Norwood. He is getting a workout in.
And after the bye week, they're hoping that Lopez and Ferrarini are back to 100%. Neither of them are 100%.
Right.
But still playing very well. Hugo playing both sides. Ferrarini playing a lot on defense. 1st and 10 Broncos. Del Campo showing some blitzing there as they go up the middle. Yard or 2 maybe for Hugo. They're gonna give him a yard.
A yard.
2nd and 9 coming up.
Yeah, I don't know what sort of audible packages that the Broncos have there, but that would have been a good opportunity to audible into something else because they were showing blitz right up the middle where the play was going.
go out of the I formation. Singley. He wants to go deep. He's got a receiver there, just a little bit of overthrown. Riley DeRosa, no, that's Christian Taylor that was the intended receiver. He's got a 45-yard touchdown reception tonight already. And tell you what, if he catches that one, he may have been off to the races again.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch that tonight on instant replay. Coach Ott wanted a pass interference. I don't know if there was a tug of the jersey that I didn't see it. I just saw the aftermath.
So Taylor will come out of the game. Seapod brings in the play. 3rd down and 9 for Bella Vista. Del Campo, this is a huge play for their defense. And there goes Norwood. Norwood carrying tacklers with him, is going to bring up a 4th and short here. About 4 yards to go. Norwood picking up 5. And so if you're Bella Vista at this point, do you pin Del Campo deep or?
Looks like they're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it. This might be one of those plays where you might try to draw them off sides. Del Campo's jumped a couple of times. And they jump.
And they got him. What a play call.
The only question is, did Bella Vista move first? No, they're going to call this on Bella Vista.
Wow. Well, now they're going to have to punt. Yep, now they got to punt.
So we saw Guillermo Perez get off a pretty nice punt the last time.
Yeah, given that he had good hang time and it was a good punt, I think you got to go back to that again. I would love, again, I'm going to go back tonight and watch it. I'd love to know who they called jumping, because there were several Cougars that jumped across that line.
But given the number that jumped, it's
right.
You know,
then you start to wonder.
Somebody may have moved for Bella Vista. I didn't see it. I saw out of my periphery. I saw the Cougars jump, but they were drawn off. Here is the snap to Perez. That was nearly blocked. This is going to take a bounce, and it looks like it hit one of the Broncos, which you can then pick it up and return it if you want.
Correct.
With no risk.
Correct.
Because if you fumble it, it's already been down.
Yeah,
so,
good heads-up play by that Cougar.
So a little bit of extra yardage there for Del Campo. 9:51 to go. It is a 2-score game, and we saw Del Campo move the ball in 2 first-half possessions.
Yes.
That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, by punting, though, you put Del Campo at their own 25. You're going to make them work for it here. I would expect to see air attack now from Del Campo.
Morgan looks like he's going to run with it out of the shotgun. He is hit, spun, still going to get some pretty good yardage. He won't go down. Speaking of running like a beast, that's 11 yards for Jackson Morgan and a first down for Del Campo.
Yeah, one thing I've seen on the defensive side for the Broncos is they're tackling high. They got to tackle low, take out the legs.
1st and 10, Del Campo. Richmond in motion. Does a 180, comes back, and there is Smith, who is hit, but he gets free. Smith has some running room. Smith down the sideline, and he's finally out of bounds, right around, you're going to call him right around the 30-yard line. You know, this is the first time in 3 years that these teams have played. Bryce Smith and Jackson Morgan were at Bella Vista at the time. The game was over at Del Campo, and Del Campo won it on the field. It was later determined that they had to forfeit the game, so Bella Vista actually got the win, despite the scoreboard being 31-7 Del Campo. Here's Morgan. He's looking to run with the ball again. This is not going to go as well as the last one. He is going to be dropped for a loss.
3-yard loss, it looks like.
They're going to put it right there at the 33-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 13. Brendan Holsapple with the stop. Just under 9 minutes to go in the fourth. Morgan's in the shotgun with 3 wide receivers. Going to roll out to his right, being chased, sends this one downfield. Reception is made, and that's Roots. And Roots will take that one inside the 20. And that is a first down at about the 12, as looks like where they're going to mark it.
So 21, 22 yards, maybe.
It was the 33.
Is that where we were, and where are we at now?
12, so yeah, 21 yards.
21 yards.
First and 10. Here's the handoff, goes to Smith. He's going right up the middle, head up on a defender at the goal line, and he is in. Touchdown, Del Campo. A 12-yard run for Smith. And that's with 7:59 to go. So those coaches that we heard on our crowd mic that were saying, hey, this one's not over.
They were right.
Dunaway's extra point now makes it a 7-point game. Our score is now 27 to 20. Broncos right here are going to want to respond. Their last 2 offensive possessions have ended in punts.
Was that extra point not good? Because they haven't changed the score.
Did he miss it?
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, because it sure looked good. Shadko is back deep. And Trey Mello are the ones that are deep to receive. Dunaway has the ball set up at the snout. The band getting into it, the crowd making noise. A tick under 8 minutes to go. Here's Shadko. Shadko shakes one tackler. And he's out to the 25-yard line.
Well, if you're Bella Vista, this is where you got to see what you're made of. Earlier in the game, they chewed up 7 minutes of clock. If they can chew up 7 minutes here and get into the end zone, that basically puts this game away.
Looks like a very, very nice turnout on the far sideline for the Del Campo fans. A lot of them wearing those fluorescent safety vests.
Yeah, it looks like the student
seen.
section over there.
First and 10 Broncos at the 25-yard line. Whistles on the play. It looked like Singley had a little trouble with the snap as well. Dead ball and a false start on Bella Vista. So the Broncos going the wrong way here.
Yeah, this is not what she needed. You got to stay disciplined and focused here. You can't get sloppy. Bella Vista overall has played sloppy on both sides of the ball in the second half, and the score is reflecting that.
Bella Vista controlled this game for 3 quarters. Del Campo just answered with a touchdown, but the Broncos unable to score in their last 2 offensive possessions. And now they are backed up with a first and 15 on their own 20-yard line. There's Norwood. Has some running room. Devon Norwood out across the 30-yard line. With a gain of about 10 or so. In fact, they're going to give him 10. That'll bring up 2nd and 5. Actually, are they going to mark that at the 31?
Yeah, 11, yeah.
11 yards. Second and 5 Broncos. Norwood once again. Maybe gets a yard that time. So a good surge on the part of the defensive line in particular by Del Campo. This is a big series for the Cougars. going to be 3rd and 4. And if you don't get it here, you're punting. You certainly aren't going for it at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, this is a must-get 3rd down for the Broncos. They have got to get this and keep the ball. You can't afford to go 3 and out here. It puts Del Campo in a really good position.
Lopez and Norwood in the backfield. 3rd and 4. There goes Norwood. Norwood finds the opening. Some nifty footwork. First down, Bella Vista out to the 40-yard line. And Norwood is down. Norwood is down and slow to get up. This would be devastating for Bella Vista. He's up. He'll have to come out, but he's not limping.
Yeah, I think he got the wind knocked out of him, the way he fell. And that's a scary thing if you haven't had that happen frequently to you. When you feel like you can't breathe, you wonder what happened. But if you just got the wind knocked out of you, it'll come back. That's a scary thing. And, for that junior, I mean, what a game he's had tonight.
And Brandon, maybe you can see if you can find out something there, but it looks like he's going to be okay. We'll check in with Brandon in a few minutes. 1st and 10 Broncos. Right up the middle. That's a nice run. Dominic or is that Lopez?
Lopez.
And Ferrarini leading the way blocking. So they bring Ferrarini in for Devon Norwood, and then they give the ball to Lopez, and he picks up 6 yards.
Well, and that's the beauty. We talked at halftime about resting Ferrarini on the offensive side of the ball, but now when you need him, it's not as big of a deal because
he's rested.
He's rested. He's ready to go.
2nd and 4. Handoff. Looks like that's Lopez again. He'll be close to a 1st down at the 49-yard line. Brandon, I'm not sure if you got anything for us on Norwood.
Hey guys, what I did see is I saw the same thing Aaron saw. I saw him grab his stomach. I saw him get stretched out, grab his stomach. I think he got the wind knocked out of him. The other thing that makes me think that is very next play, he started jogging back on the field, and one of the coaches grabbed him and pulled him off. So he looks like he's ready to go.
All right. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate it. Chadco's going to go out to the left. Durazo's to the right. We got a whistle. Looks like a timeout called.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Bella Vista.
Personnel not set for the Broncos. Confusion there. Play came in late, and wisely, Coach Ott said, we got a sustained drive here. We got 5 minutes left in this game. Let's keep this going.
So again, a shout out to all of you that are watching here tonight on BV Live Sports, whether you're a Bella Vista fan or a Del Campo fan. We are so glad to have you along, and this has turned out to be an exciting game with 5:14 to go in the 4th quarter. A good look at the Bella Vista band as they're keeping this crowd energized as we are getting ready to come back to action. Again, feel free to drop us a comment here on our Facebook, our YouTube stream. Go to our Facebook page and drop us a comment there also, and follow us as well if you will. There's handoff going back in. Norwood's back into the game, and he'll bring this one. It looks like there was a fumble that Norwood is able to recover across the 45-yard line. So both teams have fumbled once and recovered their own fumble. Clock continuing to run in Bella Vista's favor with a 2nd and 5 coming up. Durazo left, Shadco right, split backs in the backfield. Lopez taking it off the right side.
Another 3 maybe for Lopez. Gets him up to 60 yards.
Brings it down to the 41-yard line. Rylan Joyner, the junior offensive lineman, with the stop for Del Campo. 3rd and 2.
Yeah, and I know I sound like a broken record here, but again, big 3rd down. They got to get this to keep the ball, keep the possession clock going.
Ferrarini and Lopez in the backfield. They give it to Lopez, and he'll push forward, and he keeps going. It looked like they had him stopped back at the 35, but he shot forward for another 10 yards.
Big 16-yard gain for that young man.
Mercy!
Clock continues to run.
At 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. And this might be, if the Broncos can score the touchdown, this could be what does it. Lopez again up the middle.
Two yards, it looks like, for Hugo.
Mike Shields making the stop, the defensive lineman, a 5'9", 235-pound senior. They're going to call that a gain of a yard or two. Looks like we're calling this 2nd down and 8. Norwood. Norwood does not quite get to the 20-yard line.
Del Campo's going to call timeout.
Don't blame him at all with 2:46 to go. And they're going to be looking now at a 3rd down and about 6 yards to go. And this is going to be a big 3rd down for Bella Vista. And again, dare I say it again, sounding like a broken record, it's a big 3rd down for both teams.
It really is, because if you're Del Campo, as quickly as they've been able to score, if they get the ball back with 2.5 minutes left, you know, they're sitting really, really good to tie this game up. But if you're Bella Vista, you know, likely here, this is 2-down territory. You're not going to likely kick a field goal from this distance unless you can get another, you know, maybe 5 yards. I don't think. Maybe they would. They did kick a field goal to start the Cowboy Classic, so maybe they would try it from here, but obviously getting the 1st down would be the way to go. We will know in just a few seconds, literally.
So 2:49 to go. Here's Norwood. Norwood will take the ball down to the 15-yard line. He'll be close to a 1st down.
7 yards. That brings him up to 147 on 29 carries tonight. And again, the clock's going to continue to run. 2.5 minutes left in the game. Ball at the Del Campo 19-yard line where the Broncos have it 1st and 10.
We approach 2:20 to go. Lopez will take it inside the 10. He'll go down to the 5-yard line.
Ten-yard gain, and that's 1st and goal from the 5, or from the 4.
His handoff goes up the middle to Lopez. He's going to be stood up right there at the line of scrimmage. And we understand that for the live stream that we're having some technical issues. We apologize. If you're watching this on demand later, you're going to be able to see the end of the broadcast. But unfortunately, it looks like, as far as the live stream, that we've had some technical issues. Handoff goes to Lopez. He'll push his way forward close to the goal line. And they're going to mark him down just shy of the goal line.
Yeah, it looks like the ball is going to be like at the 1. And Del Campo is going to take a timeout again. So that's going to leave them with 1 in the half here. So it looks like Lopez, depends on where they're going to spot the ball actually here. The ball appears to be on the 1-yard line. And if I'm Bella Vista, you know, Devon's got the bulk of the touchdowns tonight with the exception of the pass reception. I'm giving this ball to Hugo Lopez and saying, hey, number 9, get yourself into the end zone. But I say that, and he's coming to the sideline. Looks like it might be Devon Norwood time. And obviously the Broncos have 2 shots here. Personnel change. You got Dominic Ferrarini, number 44, in as the fullback. He's going to lead the way. Their ball's going to Devon Norwood. Everybody knows it.
Fans are standing up.
Here we go. And now
we got some more whistles. Are we going to get another timeout called? So it's 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. They don't get it here. A field goal would still put them up 2 scores.
Correct.
With 1:06 to go.
All right, here we go.
Handoff to Ferrarini. He's pushing his way forward, and he is close to the goal line. They are not going to mark him down. They're not going to call it a touchdown.
And Del Campo is going to burn their last time out.
With 59 seconds to go. So if you are Bella Vista, this is closer than an extra point. And a field goal made gives you a 10-point lead and a 2-score lead. The offense is staying out there. The coaches are going out there. Now they're turning back to the sideline. It's essentially, well, as I said, it's closer than an extra point. Band getting into it, dancing and turning, and Broncos look like they're going to go for it. And the strategy here is if they miss it, Del Campo has to go 99 yards.
This is, I mean, you got to ask a lot. You've asked a lot from your offensive lineman. You got to ask one more time. We got to go to the well here. And we got to find a way into the end zone. 4th and 1, 4th and goal.
Singley under center. He's going to push. He's going to take it, and he's going to make his way into the end zone. Waiting for the signal. Touchdown, Broncos. Again, we talk about it. Great surge by the offensive line. Pushing forward allows Jack Singley to get the ball into the end zone. And that will dot the exclamation point tonight for Bella Vista.
Yes, it will. And that was a great opportunistic play. Jack hasn't run the ball all night. I'm sure Del Campo thought that could be a possibility. You ask your quarterback to stick it in there one time, and he does.
And that comes with 55 seconds to go in the game. And now Pennington is on to attempt the extra point. They're trying to rush it. They put the ball through the uprights, and Pennington gets the kick. And that makes it 34-20. 3 weeks ago in our opener, the Broncos scored 35 points. They would have done the same had it not been for a blocked extra point on their first touchdown of the game.
So now, you know, you run into a little bit of an interesting dilemma here if you're Bella Vista, because if you kick this out of bounds, likely Del Campo is going to make you kick again because they're going to want to have an opportunity to return and get good field position.
Correct.
So you either got to kick this really deep to a sideline and hope that they pick it up so you can trap them on the sideline, or maybe you get a little pooch punt that maybe falls somewhere in that, 25, 20-yard line where your guys can get down there quickly.
Or knowing that they need 2 touchdowns, maybe you concede the 35-yard line. Well, you're right, but they may
try, yeah. But you can always try that once and see what happens. Right, kick it out of bounds, see if they'll take it at the 35, and then.
Because it is still good field position with no time coming off the clock.
Well, and remember, Del Campo has no timeouts. They've used them all to stop the clock. So
Pennington has the ball teed up. There's the kick. It's going towards the far sideline. It is going to go out of bounds. There's the flag. Now, let's see what Del Campo does, because they can force the kickoff. They can force another kickoff if they wish.
Yeah, and we'll see what they're going to elect to do. Looks like they're going to elect to take it here.
The gates are literally fucking open.
No, they're going to.
Oh, and the Broncos thought they were going to kick it again. Broncos should call a timeout. This is very smart by Del Campo, because they probably got the Broncos with too many men on the field here. That's going to use up some time. The Broncos thought they were going to kick it again, and Del Campo lined up, and the Broncos saw it late. The Broncos do have one timeout left. They didn't use it. Clock is continuing to run. Apparently they got everybody out off the field because there was no flag thrown, and as a result, a lot of time came off the clock. So the Broncos recover from that, and somehow they made the switch with the players coming off the sidelines and coming onto the field of play without having too many men on the field. And Del Campo only got 4 yards on the play.
It was a 4-yard pass. That was it, basically.
And it used up a lot of time. And so the Broncos now do use their final timeout, get the right personnel on the field. Just when you thought you've seen everything.
Yeah, really a bad situation made better by poor decision-making on the other side.
Out of the shotgun, Morgan. Morgan, under pressure, takes the hit late. The pass is deep down the field, and it's deflected away. Durazo with great coverage on the play, looking back at the end of the play here as Morgan took a shot, but I don't see a flag down.
No, that ball, it came out. That was less than a step. That's totally good. It wasn't a blow to the head. Good no call. And good no call on the other hand. Lots of hand fighting there for position from both players. Third down.
Pass play coming to the left is an incomplete pass intended for Roots. That's going to bring up. Now that was fourth down, so the ball.
No, I think it's fourth down. It was third down. Yeah, just a
fourth down now.
We got a quick down changer over there. Well, and that was miscommunication with the quarterback and Roots on the route that was running. He was expecting to be about 3 yards shorter, and he was. So this is the game right here. Neither team can stop the clock. Fourth down.
Morgan, pass play to the right side. It's completed for a first down and out of bounds. That's Roots with the reception on the far sideline with 17.4 to go.
Nice job with Roots getting out of bounds, stop the clock, gives Del Campo a chance to probably call 2 or 3 plays here in the huddle.
Shotgun, Morgan. Again, short pass play. It's completed just across midfield. With 13 seconds to go, that's not going to get you 2 touchdowns.
No, it's not, and that just – That was the first completion all night to somebody that was not named Roots.
And speaking of Mr. Roots, he'll line up out to the right. Looks like Smith has gone out to the right as well. Morgan out of the shotgun. He's going to go deep. He is looking for, looks like he's looking for Roots. Good defense there by Guillermo Perez to deflect that one away. And now, for whatever reason, oh, that was a catch. I thought that was incomplete. I saw that hit the ground.
I could have sworn that hit the ground, George.
But they came up, they spiked the ball. So apparently that's a catch made by Roots. Down at the 10-yard line, they run up, they spike the ball, 3.8 seconds to go. Final play of the game. Del Campo trying to make it close. Bella Vista trying to keep him off the scoreboard here. Morgan directing traffic, rolling out to his right. Gets by one man, he's hit, he is dropped, and the clock will expire, and the Bella Vista Broncos have the bragging rights of Fair Oaks tonight. The Battle of the Oaks goes to Bella Vista. The JV team won tonight as well. 34-20 is your final score. And it was the Devon Norwood show tonight for the Broncos. Norwood had 3 touchdowns, well over 100 yards.
Yeah, he ended up with 147 yards on 29 carries.
5 touchdowns for Bella Vista tonight. Christian Taylor catches a 45-yard reception, and Jack Singley runs one out from 1 yard out. So very impressive.
Well, and I see Becky Stewart, the athletic director, with the Battle of the Oaks trophy down there, standing at about the 46-yard line.
Well, Bella Vista has possession of that trophy because of the forfeit from 3 years ago.
And they get to keep it.
And they get to keep it. And they're all coming over to take the trophy. And you know Becky's loving every minute of this. So the Battle of the Oaks trophy stays with Bella Vista after a 3-year hiatus in the series. And for those of you that were unable to see the finish live, again, we apologize for that, but we're glad that maybe you came back to watch the end on demand and see all of what was going on. We're going to go ahead and do our regular post-game show and have the interviews and everything else like that, so that the recorded broadcast, you'll be able to have the full experience. So great night for Bella Vista football, great night for the team again winning on their home field for the second time this season.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you take a team last year that was 0-10 and now you got a team that's at 500, they're 2-2 this year. Lots of improvement, really a tale of two halves. Credit to Bella Vista for really gutting it out there at the end, because overall the first half was very crisp, and outside of those 2 big plays we talked about, solid effort on both sides of the ball. The second half was really pretty sloppy and a little lackluster, but they found a way to gut it out, get back on the board there late, which really sealed the deal. And you know, credit to the defense there at the end, getting the sack to end the game. That's always better. You know, if Del Campo punches that in the end zone, it doesn't matter. They're still going to win the game, but sacking the quarterback just so much better.
Del Campo won its first 2 games of the season. Were very impressive in doing so. They had the tough one last week against Rio Americano.
Yep.
And Rio Americano did a really good job shutting down Bryce Smith.
Yes.
They did a good job.
Well,
and Smith was back to 100 yards and his usual ways here tonight. But you know, Bella Vista did what it took to win.
Yeah, I mean, when you compare the Rio game last week at Del Campo to tonight, I mean, Bella Vista, Smith rushed for 15 carries for 169 yards. Morgan passed for 11 passes for 121 yards. That's a lot of yardage. Now, granted, as we talked about, there were 2 really big plays in the first half. That's, you know, 2/3 of the points that Del Campo scored. But, you know, credit to the Cougars. They came out to fight and really did a good job. But overall, the Bella Vista defense and offense were just superior tonight.
And another play that did not go their way on a deep pass in the first half that turned out to be an offensive pass interference, where Roots made a great adjustment on the ball, maybe too good, according to the officials.
According to the official, too good.
He made the catch, and if they award him that catch, they're right down there on their first possession of the game. That on a drive that actually they got no points on. And who knows where the momentum would have been at that point.
Exactly. If it's a 7-7 game, or well, actually it could have been a 7-6 game because Bella Vista missed their first point after. So, if Del Campo has the lead, that completely changes things. You're exactly right. So football is a game of mistakes and penalties oftentimes. And, Bella Vista, and again, this is a big change from last year. Far fewer penalties, far fewer mistakes. Coming out in the, how many times last year, Georgia, we talked about Bella Vista kind of starting slow and then coming out in the second half and kind of waking up. That certainly is not the Bella Vista Bronco team we're seeing this year. They're coming off firing on all cylinders right out of the gate.
And even if you look back 2 weeks ago, the 49-0 loss to Nevada Union, you think about this, they actually made a stop on Nevada Union's first possession, forced a punt, got the ball inside their own 10-yard line, nearly drove the ball 95 yards.
Correct.
On that opening possession. Unfortunately, a pass from the 20-yard line was intercepted in the end zone, and it was all Nevada Union after that. But in that opening sequence was when Dominic Ferrarini was injured.
Yep.
And in that opening sequence, or early on in that game, Hugo Lopez was injured. And to not have those two guys really, really hurt Bella Vista in that game 2 weeks ago. But even then, the energy was there. And then last week against Casa, they were there. They had the opportunity to. They were in position to win the game in
Correct.
the second half, and they could have. Let's head down to Brandon Simpson. He has a very happy Coach Ott ready to talk some football with us.
Oh, hey, guys, and then the band just finished up just in time for us. You hear me okay?
Yes, indeed.
All right, so we have Coach Ott. Coach Ott, can you tell me about tonight's game? You guys reminded me a ton of the game a few weeks ago against Oakmont. You guys were at home. You guys put up a lot of points. You guys ran the ball. Tell me about tonight's game.
Well, tonight at home we have a huge crowd, and the crowd gets the guys fired up, ready to go. We're 2-0 at home and 0-2 on the road. We got to figure out how to do something on the road. But kids played hard tonight. They gave everything they got. It helps having Hugo and Dom back. It was big. Jack made a couple of nice throws that got it going, and Devon was Devon. And the defense in the second half, I didn't think the defense played well in the first half, but in the second half they stepped up and were huge.
You guys definitely controlled the time of possession throughout the game, especially in the first half. I think you guys had the time of possession 80%, 90%. Was that part of your game plan?
Yeah, that's always our game plan, is to like we call it bully ball, and we did it tonight. And like I told the offensive line on Sunday night, this is your game to win, because we felt that we were better up front than them. So we just controlled the clock and just beat them up.
You guys got a good Ponderosa team coming into town for the homecoming game, but you do have the bye week. What do you guys need to do to prepare for that game?
Well, first of all, we're going to rest. Next week, we're going to have a couple days of practice, but nothing serious. Get back to fundamentals, making sure we're doing the right things and all that. And then Coach Cat over Granite Bay will give me some film. And from what I've heard, the boys over Granite Bay beat up on Ponderosa pretty good. So, and we run pretty much the same offense as them. So I'll kind of get the playbook of what to do to them.
It was a fun game to watch, Coach. Congratulations. Right. Thanks.
All right, Brandon, it looks like Jack Singley's been hanging out waiting for his opportunity to come and speak to Brandon. There we go. So let's hear from the quarterback.
All right, we got the quarterback who also he threw for a touchdown. He ran for a touchdown. Tell me about what you had to do to prepare for today's game.
Yeah, it was a lot of work during practice. Tough Casa game last week. We all took that feeling and I think took it into this week, and I felt like that was good for us, that even though we did lose against Casa, coming into another rivalry game the week after, and I think we all played our hearts out tonight, and it was fun to see.
How important was it in tonight's game, the fact that you guys had a crosstown rival, and specifically tonight, you had a couple of guys that were Broncos that left, that ditched the Broncos to go over to Del Campo? Did that give you guys any extra energy?
Oh, yeah, it definitely gave us a little boost, but we definitely were playing with a little chip on our shoulder, proving that we can play with anyone, and, maybe it's better over here. But, Yeah, it was great. It was great, though. Definitely playing with a chip on our shoulder, rivalry game, but yeah.
So you guys got a week off, and then you got the homecoming game, and you got Ponderosa. They're a tough team coming into town. What do you need to do to prepare for that game?
Just keep working. We got a week off. We should get the injuries filled up so everyone's ready to play for Ponderosa. Homecoming game, home. So we have to use that home, so hopefully that will help. But, yeah, tough team of Ponderosa, but hopefully we can pull it out.
Awesome. Congratulations, Jack.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thanks.
All right, Brandon, it looks like, is that Devon Norwood
I was
hanging out?
hoping to get.
Maybe we can get him over here. We'd love to hear from him as well. We'll let Brandon go ahead and do his thing, and in fact, he's coming over right now.
I'm surprised he's still jogging. Isn't he tired?
Yeah.
My goodness.
This would be great to hear from Devon. Had a great game. What do we have him for again?
So the guys up in the broadcast booth are making me feel bad because you've been running all game, and I made you run over here. I didn't mean to, but tell me about today's game. How were you able to be so successful? Because you were fantastic out there.
Yeah, I just want to thank my O-line. I can't do anything without them. So just running behind those guys is easy, They're just world-class players, so it's easy. It makes it easy.
It looked especially during parts of the game, it looked like you were running downhill. I mean, it would seem that they were about to have you stopped, and then you pick up 5 more yards. Was that the game plan coming into the game, was just to carry the ball and wear them down, or what was the game plan?
That's always the game plan. Just keep your legs moving. That's pretty much our style of football is just, the short yardage, keep on running the ball. So just keep your legs moving. That's my mentality.
So in the second half, there was a collective fans holding their breath because you came out of the game. You looked hurt, but you looked like you got back in pretty quick. Everything okay, or what happened there?
No, I just fell on the ball when it got knocked out of me. So that was it. I was good.
So good to go for next game?
Yep.
All right.
And there's a bye week, so get ready.
All right. Well, congratulations on the great game, Devon.
Hey, Brandon, before you let him go.
Oh, wait. Sorry, they got one question for you.
Well, no, not a question.
Okay.
I want you to relay some information
I'm
for
relaying
you.
information. Hold on.
Okay.
29 carries.
29 carries. That's you.
147 yards.
147 yards.
3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns.
I wanted 150. I'm playing.
Well, as they go through and do the stats, who knows? Maybe those 3 yards will be found.
So
If it's wrong, it's on me.
George is saying maybe when they go back and do the stats, those 3 yards will be found.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, you know what? That means you just have a goal for 2 weeks from now.
For sure. Yeah.
You go enjoy your Friday night.
Thank you.
Thanks, Devon.
All right, thank you, Devon. You bet. Thank you, Brandon.
All right, no problem,
That
guys.
great.
This was a blast. It was a lot of fun being down here tonight. This rivalry game. Love watching the athletic director out there with the Battle of the Oaks trophy. You could tell it meant a little bit extra for our guys to get that trophy. So,
and if you think back to last year, of course it was a winless Bella Vista team, but they had their opportunities in the game against Casa, and they nearly pulled that one out.
Yep.
And that would have been really cool if they had. But so here to get this one, especially after last week didn't go so well for them, to pull this one out against again a very competitive and very tough Del Campo team tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, truthfully, I think that's going to be maybe a challenge for Coach Ott to get this intensity for them on the Ponderosa game, because I agree with you. There's extra intensity on the Del Campo game. There's extra intensity on the Casa game. I think there was a lot of intensity in that first game against Oakmont because of the winless season. Can they keep that intensity up 2 weeks from now against a team where you don't have a bunch of crosstown rival players and everything else? So that'll be one of the challenges. I hope these guys can rise to it.
But that's an important one. And also, we know this place is going to be rocking. It's going to be homecoming.
That's true.
You got all the BV grads coming back, and some of these football players, maybe they've heard from a distance because they're away at college or something like that. There's this opportunity for them to come back and actually see this team that's really playing some good football right now.
Playing some good football, a chance to go above 500, a chance to stay in that playoff hunt. So, yeah, 2 weeks from now is going to be fun. I think it's probably, I mean, we've had some pretty fun, really, 3 of the 4 games have been fun games to watch, and I think that one 2 weeks from now is going to be more of the same.
All right. Well, thank you, Brandon.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it. You bet. That's Brandon Simpson down on the sidelines. He'll be back with us again in 2 weeks for our next broadcast as the Bella Vista Broncos will be hosting Ponderosa. That's the league opener, too.
It is, yeah. And Ponderosa, Coach Ott wasn't kidding. I happened to look there. 42-7, they got beat tonight by the Granite Bay team. But Ponderosa has a really, really solid team, much improved from last year. That's going to be a big test for the Broncos. Definitely a benefit that it's homecoming, and definitely a benefit it's at home.
All right, so that's going to close it out for us. Again, thank you for joining us, and for those that you were watching live, again, we apologize that you had to come back to see the end of it, but we do have the full broadcast here on BV Live Sports. We will be back on the air 2 weeks from tonight as the Ponderosa Bruins come calling against the Bella Vista Broncos. 6:45 is our broadcast time, 7 o'clock the kickoff. It is homecoming. There will be all kinds of opportunities. And as part of our pregame show, I believe the floats and all of that happens
It does, yep.
In between games, so that happens pregame. So we'll have all of that for you. We'll have all the festivities, and we're looking forward to a lot of fun, a lot of excitement as the Broncos will play their third home game of the year and their fifth game of the season. We're already halfway through.
It's crazy.
It moves fast, doesn't it? All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us. We want to say thanks to our producer and camera operator, Julie Tharlson, for Brandon Simpson, and for Aaron Keogh. I'm George Tharlson. Have a great night. Big night for Bella Vista, both the JV and the varsity winning it tonight. 34-20 is your final here in the varsity game, and the JV, it was 28-12. BV winning over Del Campo in both of these games. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend. Good night, everyone.